Welcome to K9-1-1 with your host, Michael Corbin. On this video, you will learn great aspects of dog training, dog behavior, and canine-related issues. So sit back, relax, and turn up the volume for the absolute best free instruction on the planet, period. And now, your host, Michael Corbin.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to K9-1-1. I'm your host, Michael Corbin. With me, as always, in the control room. I'm looking at him right through the window. He's turning the knobs, pushing the buttons. Actually, I don't even know what he's doing. I think that's all fake.
Yeah, it is.
He's just probably looking at the videos on the computer. With me, as always, Gary Labar, the owner, CEO, president, whatever he wants to call himself. Here of Reality Radio 101.com. Here at Studio 1A, Beaver Valley Media Group.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Gary? What do you think? This station's been running how long now?
6 years.
6 years.
The actual radio station has been running 6 years.
I remember when it first took off.
Yeah.
Has a few shows.
Mm-hmm.
Always had good music.
Yeah.
If you like classic rock, you like rock music, this is the station for you. Internet radio, you get it anywhere in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Now, 6 years later, you had so many shows. You actually can't even fit some of them in. You're so popular.
I can't keep track of them. I'm so popular. No, I can't keep track of them. Yeah, a lot of shows have come and gone, but we have a pretty full schedule.
Yeah, and it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So, I mean, you got some great shows. I heard one a couple days ago.
Which one?
I don't know. You had a couple guys in here.
Del Morgado show?
That's it. I think so. Yeah. I recognize him.
That's a moron show.
Yeah, it's a moron show. But he started doing his impersonations of some people near the end. I caught the last 5 minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
But sorry, I was getting away from the mic. Yeah, but yeah, it's funny though.
It's a good show. He's got a lot of listeners.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of sponsors.
Exactly. And it shows you there's a lot of morons in there.
Yeah.
A lot of liberal people.
That's right.
What's your definition again?
Well, liberalism, of course, we know is a mental disorder. So
what? Me and Gary when I had my show, always used to complain about the liberal government, liberal people. If you see something happening, a bad crime or something like that, and then the guy gets a really light sentence, Gary says, obviously it's a liberal judge, and that shows you that liberalism is a mental disorder, whether it's you're in Canada or the U.S. or whatever. And it's just funny.
Soft on crime, high on taxes.
Yeah.
Let's give everybody everything, but we pay for it.
Yeah.
A lot of waste. Yeah. And of course you can argue and say,
well, they give to you in one hand, and they'll take it back with the other hand, right?
It's all the same.
That's all the same.
Mental disorder.
Yeah. We still talk about it, around the table over a cup of coffee or a beer.
Yeah.
What else can you do? That's all.
That's it.
We sit and laugh.
That's it. There's nothing left, as I said many times, Mike, except to do in your life now at this age, coffee and cigarettes.
That's it.
If you're not smoking, start. Drink a lot of coffee, because at 40-something years old, folks, you listening, you start to smoke now, you're not going to die of cancer, believe me. You're starting late in life. All right.
That's right.
So, Mike, we talked about this program, K9-1-1. Yeah. You give some amazing, great, free advice about dog training, dog behavior, canine-related issues. What do you have for our listeners in this episode?
Well, today, I'm going to tell you my experiences of trained dogs in protection and the certain breeds that I've seen being used or being trying to use. They're testing out.
Yeah.
The guy I help out with the decoy work and all that, and he trained me for the dog training techniques over the years.
Yeah.
Double R, Roger Richards. I think he's one of the top trainers.
Is he local is he in Canada, of course?
Oh, of course he is. Yeah. He's here in the Durham region.
Okay.
Yeah. Even Toronto area. And dog trainers, good dog trainers will travel a couple hours, 3 hours, whatever they want to do. But you are paying for it too, mind you, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they will travel if you really need that dog trainer. What I've seen is certain breeds being used for protection work. Now, you get the more traditional breeds. You get the German Shepherds. You get the Dobermans, Rottweilers. Belgian Malinois are now the top ones, along with the Dutch Shepherds. There's a bit of debate there if they're a separate breed or the exact same breed.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on the trainer and his opinion on them.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the ones that are really being used. Now, a lot of these breeds, you got to find the qualified individual dog that can be worked for it. Just because it's a Doberman,
you're not going to get
it might not make it. It might not be a good guard dog, right? It depends on his
Yeah.
temperament.
Well, that's why I say you're
and
not
its
going to
health.
get a big or poodle. Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
so-
exactly. But now
Yeah.
we're seeing certain breeds, like let's say pit bulls,
Mhm.
boxers, Great Danes, even a lot of Mastiff, big type dogs being trying for
Yeah.
protection work.
Yeah.
A lot of these dogs are guard dogs. They're fine in the home. They're fine for intimidation when when you look at a big 200-pound dog. Sure, it's going to intimidate you,
Wow. Yeah.
but when called upon, if somebody does cross that threshold,
Yeah.
would they put up a good fight? That might be a different story.
That's right.
Whereas the traditional guard dog, traditional protection dog breeds will,
Mhm.
right? So, to me, the suitable breeds are, I would say, the German Shepherds. You have to do your homework on that breed too.
Okay.
You have to stay with the working lines. They are hard to find. You might have to find a professional to go with you to pick out the proper breeder
Yeah.
and the proper dog for it, because now that breed suffers a lot with hip dysplasia, temperament problems. They've been exploited. So now you get a lot of show lines. You get that with that arched back, what they call a roach back.
Yeah.
That's common in the German show lines. The American show lines, you could tell it's more of a black and tan saddleback with a light colored tan, not that reddish color. The neck is elongated. They're very tall. They have a narrower head. They don't have a big muzzle or a big head. They have more what they call a snipey muzzle and narrow head. They suffer a lot with hip dysplasia. They suffer a lot with temperament problems because they're not bred for the temperament. They're bred for beauty with that nice slope back. It may look nice, but it's not a functioning gait. It doesn't have a functioning gait, and the temperament is just not there for the protection. So you really have to look out. If you do your homework, you can, and you get a proper German Shepherd, what it was meant to be bred for, it was meant to work. It's one of the best breeds you could get there. Sky's the limit with them. 16-hour work days is no problem for them.
Wow.
But that's what you look for. Belgian Malinois right now, they're number one breed because they're not well-known breed. But if you
yeah, and you had a breed like that.
I
And
had
when
one
you
before,
told
yeah.
me you were getting that breed, I never heard of it. When you said I said, what are you getting? And you said that name, and I
Yeah.
said I never heard of it.
Yeah, Belgian Malinois. But
And they're from Belgium originally, right? I would assume.
originally, yeah, but they're very big in the Netherlands.
Okay.
Very big. But
They look like a shepherd.
they look like a shepherd, a small shepherd, right? They
Mhm.
average about 60 pounds. Okay, but they're the ones to look for.
That had to be when those dogs were first bred, whatever year that was. A German Shepherd probably had to be
Probably.
one of the either
Yeah.
the bitch or the sire,
It could be,
right?
yeah, it could be. Because remember, these aren't very old breeds. Like a German Shepherd
Yeah.
is what? It's got to be what? Maybe 120 years old? It's not like a breed that's like 500 or 1,000 years old.
Yeah.
But they're the number one breed right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can see videos on them if you go on YouTube, search them, just put in Belgian Malinois or working Belgian Malinois, and a bunch of videos come up with trainers around the world, and they are great. They're so known because they're a light breed, and when they go in on the decoy, they actually launch themselves the last few feet, and they fly through the air and grab the decoy high up on the shoulder and bring them down. They're just amazing the way they work. Dutch Shepherds are pretty much the same. Some say they're the exact same breed. It's just they're brindle in color. They're just a separate breed because of their coat color. I don't know about it. I don't know about that. My thing is just make your own opinion on it. If you just want to call it a Dutch Shepherd, call it a Dutch Shepherd. You want to call it Malinois, call it Malinois. If you think they're the same thing, that's fine. It doesn't matter. It's just
a different name.
If you want to call it a Dutch Shepherd, they're just as good as a working dog.
Yeah.
They have the same qualities, and they're popular because, I mean, they're popular as a working dog through that area of training by those people because they're not well known throughout the community or general public. And what happens is if they do get exploited, the same thing will happen with the German Shepherd and the Rottweilers and the Dobermans, is they start breeding them for show. The guy's looking for the quick buck. You get the backyard breeders. So hopefully they stay where they are right now because it's such a great breed. I don't find them, though, as a really good home and family protection dog. To me, they just have that high drive. I find that the novice dog owner, you might have the one person there that wanted it, and he's really good at handling dog sizes experience, but his kids might not have it, right? You got to be really dominant, and the spouse might not be just as good as the owner that wanted that dog.
Yeah.
So I just find that they are very high strung. They're very high driven. And they do make great working dogs, like the military and the police.
Sure.
But when we just leave it at that, as the home and family protection dog, you might want something a little bit more calmer. Okay. And that's where if you want something that looks like that, maybe you could find a proper working German Shepherd. They seem to be a little bit more mellow.
Right.
And if you dead set getting a Malinois for the home and family, you might maybe just go with a female or something with a calmer temperament. And
females would have calmer
I find females
than males?
overall in every breed are more calmer, more affectionate with the family.
Okay.
Where the males show more dominance.
Yeah, I've always had, all my dogs have been female all my life. You know, they've always been females.
Well, a lot of them, even Von Lick Kennels down in the States, I remember the owner there, he says the go-to one is the 40, 50-pound female Belgian Malinois. And I guess they're more, they work better with the handler.
Yeah.
Closer bond, too. So, and, of course, another suitable breeds, if you could find a really good one, I've seen a few of them, were the Doberman Pinschers. These are a really good breed.
Yeah.
But, again, they're hard to find a good one. I've seen a lot of bad ones. Again, you could tell the American lines, they're very tall, a little bit skinny-ish. A good German one is shorter, has more stockier, more muscular frame, and better temperament.
Yeah.
Same with the Rottweilers. And I'm not picking on the Americans. I'm pro-American. I have no beef with America, as a lot of Canadians might.
A lot too.
Yeah, you noticed that.
You know, I'm American. I'm Canadian,
Yeah.
but I'm American. But just for our listeners, you know, I meet a lot of people every week, and when they find out I'm born and raised in America all my life, all of a sudden their attitude changes.
Yeah.
You know, they're colder towards me.
Yeah, and
then
there's
they
no
start
reason
on the air. Yeah, not like the Americans. And I go, okay, well, if it wasn't for America, you wouldn't be here. So it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, I have no problem with them.
I mean, Canada during World War II was a very, very big help to the war effort. They were. But, you know, there's 7,000, you know, soldiers compared to America's 2.6 million. You know, I mean, it's a big difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, there you go.
But anyways, yeah, and then now I find, too, now you get some non-traditional breeds, like, let's say, pit bulls. They could work in the protection area pretty good. Again, hand pick it. Really research that breed, research the bloodlines. There's a lot involved in that. Mastiffs, I don't think they make good protection. Well, first of all, they're very slow. They're very heavy. I think they're too much defense-driven, whereas they won't really move forward. You have to come in on them, cross that line, and then they'll bite, and they won't bite with full force. A dog that bites with defense, a defense bite is 1/3 of its full bite force.
Yeah.
So I see a lot of people trying to work the South African bear bulls, they call them, or let's say the English Mastiffs, Fila Brasilero. I mean, they're meant. If you see their description, they're meant really for hunting, guarding estates. Even bull Mastiffs, I've seen a lot of ones that are just skittish. They just when put some pressure on, they just buckle. They fold like a cheap tent. I haven't seen really a good one yet. So those type of dogs, maybe Argentine Dogo is a good one. I haven't personally worked with one, but I've seen video, and from experience, I heard people that's a pretty good dog. But again, you're selecting, right? These are dogs that worked in the jungles to hunt the jaguars or whatever they did back there. But they hunt them, or even the wild boars. But they're suited. They're hunted and hold the animal at bay till the hunters come, right? So it's not like they go on a one-on-one fight.
No, right.
But those are the traditional breeds.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's it. And I guess we're out of time for this one. That quickly went 50 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. So, folks, again, in case you're not sure what we are or who we are or what we do, you're listening to Michael Corbin, who is
It's dog training.
It was a great dog trainer.
Hey, it's what I do.
It's what you do. And this is called K9-1-1. So just remember, when you watch these videos, Mike tries to give you great tips on dog training. He also discusses aspects of dog behavior and related issues. So, Mike, how could folks that are watching this right now get a hold of you?
Well, contact me through email, corbin.k911@yahoo.ca. Just wait for the credits at the end of the segment there. I'll have it all written down anyways. And contact me through Facebook, Michael Corbin Reality Radio. Got to punch that in to get that address up. And Twitter at Corbin K911. And you got a magic 8-ball here, eh?
We do. That's from the 60s. It was a toy of mine, actually, from the 60s.
So am I a great dog trainer? Let's see what it says.
You don't have to shake it. Just flip it up totally. You got to flip it totally up. There you go. Now read it.
Oh, it's a lot of bubbles.
Yeah, you'll see it. It's old, right?
Yeah.
What's it say?
I don't know. I'm waiting. Am I a good dog trainer? It's not saying anything. Yeah.
Okay, you can try it again. Just go back like this, and then flip it over, and then we'll see what we got. Then ask it a question. It's old. It's getting tired.
Oh, it says. I see a word that says yes.
Yes, what?
Yes. I don't know.
Don't shake it though. That's why it's got bubbles in it.
Am I a good dog trainer? Everybody's waiting for the answer too.
Yeah,
so am I.
they are. Well, we'll just say yes.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay, that's an old thing, man.
Let's see if we get this working in the next segment.
Yeah, that's like okay.
All right.
So, folks, you've been listening to K9-1-1 with your host Michael Corbin, and we'll see you next time.